Good morning, children. Very good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. If everything is all right, we can start with voice all right. And good morning, children. Very good morning. Good morning, bachcho. Good morning. So the syllabus for the test I have informed you. So it is about, now we are starting with the human physiology, and that will be the amazing journey to know about human physiology. Knowing that you are going to become doctors, and knowing about the body will fascinate you more. But then we will be doing only to make you prepare for a competition and not to make you learn the body functions, because if you manage to clear the test, you will automatically go to a place, the better place to study the medical sciences. And we want that everyone, every child who is really aspiring and working, his work, hard work, should not go in vain. And remember, hard work never goes in vain. You know who said this? Napoleon Bonaparte. Hard work never goes in vain, right? So he used to say to his soldiers that if you have ever worked hard, you think that there will be no war now, and still you are training us to for the war. Believe me, hard work never goes in vain, and that is true also. You also feel that. But so we are about to end the animal, the vertebrate representative, the frog, the Rana tigrina, the Indian bullfrog. So how was the test, bacho? Any problem in the test paper? I got one problem only, that is some questions to be given from the first few phyla. They are not there. That was told to me by my offline children. Apart from there, what is your view about the question paper? And let me tell you, in all my classes, whether the long-term first batch or maybe the fourth batch, in every class I can find some children who scored 180 on 180, right? Honestly, now without giving any bloated number, honestly, 25 children out of 200, they scored 180 in the long-term first batch, because I myself counted the number, and it is 25 out of 220 or 200. Okay. 171, Surya. Okay, I expect more, better. The way you are behaving in the class, I expected more. Vikram 170, not bad. Oppo 180, good. And one more person, 1038, 180 marks, very good. Oppo A31, 172. And Karishma 175, Cherishma 175, Lisha 170. I mean, one answer became wrong. Achha, what was that question which you're not able to understand? Can you please tell me? What was that question? Any question which I have to explain on the board? Any question where some explanation required? Very good. Lisha 175, 222, 934, 171, Suchitra 170, Suchitra, okay? Suchita, 170. So far, I think 2 180s here in my batch. Anyone else? Tell me your marks. Whatever your marks are, don't hide. This is the reality. Unless you see your marks truly, if they are good, it is good. If they are not good, then you will work to make it good. Anyone else want to share? Okay. No issues, no worries. But so, frog, please tell me. In the last class, I think we were. Can you please tell me what was we were doing in the last class? Morphology over. Morphology completed. Completed morphology. Complete morphology. Morphology over. Okay, fine. But so please take out your notebooks and please start with the anatomy. So here we are doing the anatomy and mainly the physiology part, okay? Anatomy and physiology. What is anatomy, physiology? Anatomy means anything that we study by cutting the body is called anatomy. So how the stomach is, where is the, like, how much is the rectum and all these things, this is, anatomy. And morphology, how do they work? That comes in morphology, right? So morphology is not that only outside you see morphology. Morphology is study of the form. If you take out the stomach, and if I say that human stomach is J-shaped, what is this? It is morphology, morphology of the stomach organ. Understand? So I hope you get it. Please note down that frog is carnivorous animal. Clear? Good. Tadpole is dash. Frog is carnivorous, tadpole is dash, come on. Tadpole is also carnivorous, omnivorous, herbivorous, yes. Tadpole is herbivorous animal. Now, when we say carnivorous animal, okay, what it eats? It eats insects. So it eats the insects, it kills the insects and eat them, insects. Now, please note down, in fact, is that in carnivores, the length of the alimentary canal is, can you try this? Two animals of the same size. One is a herbivore, one is a carnivore. Who has a longer alimentary canal, a carnivore or herbivore? Come on. Two animals of almost the same size. One is a herbivore, one is a carnivore. Who will have a longer alimentary canal? Longer. Yes, you are right, guys. It is herbivore. Very good. So being carnivorous, it has a shorter alimentary canal. The length is shorter. Length is shorter. Anyone who know the reason also? Why the length is shorter? Which part of the alimentary canal is not that big? Any idea? Herbivore. Can you try, beta? Herbivore, good. Herbivore. Length is shorter in herbivores as compared to the animals of the same size. This is an important point, bacho. Then please note down that in catching the insect, what helps this animal is its tongue. The tongue is a bifid tongue, bifid. And this is the mouth. Suppose you are seeing the mouth from top, okay, and the tongue is lying here. So this is the outside, this is inside, okay. Tell me, what is bifid here, the base or the tip? What is bifid, base or tip? Tip is bifid, okay. Tip is bifid. Better tell me, let me tell you, the base is bifid, okay. So here, the base of the tongue is bifid. And in this animal, it is opposite. The tongue is attached to the floor of the buccal cavity from its tip. The tip is attached to the floor of the buccal cavity and not the base. The base is free and it is lying like that. And whenever it sees any insect, it just roll it out very fast. It just throw it out. It does not protrude like we are doing. See, no, not like this. It just roll it out from inside very, very fast, okay? Because this part is free. This is a free end, and this is bifid and bifid. It is little sticky also, and all these anatomical features help this animal to catch the insect, because you know that insect can fly away very fast. And just imagine whenever we are trying to kill the ant, house fly, or even mosquitoes, we are given two hands and good nervous system, good eyes, everything good, right? And many a times we just clap and we won't kill anyone. We just blankly clap it, right? Because these are adapted to run away very fast. This is their adaptation in order to avoid the predator. But this animal is a true predator of insects. That means it still has some adaptations, and this adaptation helps this animal to throw the tongue out very, very fast in order to catch. Even if the tongue is out, and even if any insect come and sit over it, it is so sticky, and the end is so sticky, it is enough for the insect to stick over the tongue. Meanwhile, it will take it inside very, very fast. Okay. Bacho, after this point, let me tell you some more points. So the buccal cavity opens into the pharynx opened into esophagus, esophagus opens into the stomach. Now the stomach is banana shaped. It is not J shaped in humans. Like in humans, it is banana shaped. After stomach, there is intestine. Which intestine? Small intestine. Small intestine has three parts: duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Duodenum, jejunum, ileum. And after that, the large intestine. The large intestine is represented only by rectum. So only that part is the large intestine, okay? And the rectum opens into cloaca, right? There is no anus here. There is no anus. Now, one of the student is asking, sir, anus in frog in cockroach also there is a brood pouch, and in the brood pouch you taught dorsally anus is there, ventrally gonopore. I thought it is also cloaca. Now, why you thought like it is cloaca? Whenever we discuss about cloaca in animal having cloaca, they cannot have anus. We will not use the word anus for them, because what is anus? Anus means opening of the alimentary canal to the outside, not into any cavity, not into cloaca. So animals having cloaca, they will not have the anus. Can you please tell me animals having cloaca? Who are the animals having cloaca? Who are the animals having cloaca? Cloaca. Can you please tell me if you remember the trick that I told you? Trick. Animals having cloaca. Come on. Yes, it is crab, bachcho. Very good. It can be remembered as crab. C-R-A-B. So one of the trick is C for cloaca, R for reptile, then amphibian and birds, and another one is chondrichthyes, reptile, amphibians and birds. Now, why these two? Because chondrichthyes sometimes, because not easily mentioned in the books, and maybe chondrichthyes, it is little bit more detailed, chondrichthyes, but truly chondrichthyes also have a cloaca, reptiles have, amphibians have, and birds have cloaca. So yes, you are right, cloaca, and cloaca means crab, and crab means the trick. And also in this animal, there is no anus here. There is no anus. I make sense? Bachcho, after that, so the length of the large intestine is short, and in the large intestine already solid food enters into the large intestine. We know that in the large intestine, the main work happens is the absorption of water. And in this animal, the large intestine is very much reduced. In all the carnivores, true carnivores, the large intestine is shorter. And that is the reason their total alimentary canal length is shorter, right? And in all the herbivores, their large intestine is longer. Remember that if you just compare the cecum and appendix of a rabbit, this size, rabbit and human being, in rabbit it is little longer than human being. It is so comparable, almost same, a rabbit of this size and human being such a big size. But cecum and vermiform appendix is functional there, and this is vermiform appendix is vestigial in human being. Okay, you understand? That means that in all the herbivores, this part of the alimentary canal is longer, and that is the reason the total length of the alimentary canal is longer. But so there are no salivary gland in this animal. So if a question comes, in which part of the alimentary canal digestion of food begins, what will be your answer? Again, in which part of the alimentary canal digestion of food begins? Come on. What is the appendix used in? Okay, appendix is used. Good. Answer is in which part of the alimentary canal digestion of food begins? And the answer is stomach. Just now I said there are no salivary glands. When there are no salivary gland, digestion cannot begin in the buccal cavity. Understand? Digestion begins in the stomach. Gastric lining is glandular, and it produces gastric juice, which is acidic in nature, because in this animal also the gastric lining secretes hydrochloric acid. If I just show you the alimentary canal here, so I'll start with the esophagus and then the stomach, okay? and stomach then leads to the small intestine, and that opens into as rectum. So here we go, a banana shaped, okay, stomach here, and then this is the small intestine followed by okay, and bachon, this is the rectum and it opens into the cloaca. So this common chamber is called cloaca. This is cloaca. Cloaca. This part is the rectum and this is the ileum. And this is the jejunum and this is the duodenum. This is duodenum, and this is the stomach, okay, and this is the esophagus. This is stomach. What I'm going to tell you is a very important point here is that there is a liver which is just like in humans also, liver is there. And the liver is bilobed, okay? So that is also something similar to humans. Liver is bilobed, okay? And so both the lobes are quite large here. And there is a gallbladder here. A gallbladder can be seen, gallbladder. And from here, a duct arises. Of course, a duct enters into the gallbladder also. And then the duct arises from here. And this duct merges with the duct of pancreas, the main pancreatic duct. It merges with the main pancreatic duct. And then it becomes the common bile duct. Yes. Now, don't judge me here that, sir, why there is no hepatopancreatic duct. This is in case of frog, it is like this only, okay? In the frog, it is given like that only. So this is the pancreatic duct, bringing the pancreatic juice, and this is the bile duct. The bile duct coming here, okay? The bile duct is joining here, bile duct, and then it becomes the this duct, okay? So I'll make it partly green, partly yellow because it is carrying both the secretion. Just an idea to make you understand. Now this duct is known as the CBD, and what is CBD stand for? Common bile duct. This is a pancreatic duct, this one, and this is a bile duct, and this is the gallbladder. And what is this? This is the liver, one lobe of the liver, right lobe of the liver. So I'm not confusing with right and left. I'm just writing liver. This complete is the liver. But so I hope you understand, okay? So esophagus, see the labelings in the diagram. Esophagus, liver is there, gallbladder is also there. And the gallbladder duct, which is the bile duct, and bile duct merges with the pancreatic duct, forming the common bile duct. So the green and yellow is the common bile duct, and where it opens? This is the question, bacha. This is the question. It opens in the duodenum. But so this is the question that where the common bile duct opens, and your answer is duodenum. And if the same question comes for humans, where is the hepatopancreatic duct opens? What is your answer? If a question comes for humans, where the hepatopancreatic duct opens, again, same answer, it is duodenum. Good. Same answer, it is duodenum. Good, Suchita. Absorption and digestion and absorption not there. Digestion and absorption not there. Okay. But so I hope you understand. Now, one thing you were saying about why the rabbit has got a longer cecum and vermiform appendix. See, in cecum and vermiform appendix of rabbit, there are bacteria which are living both in cecum and appendix, and these bacteria are producing cellulase. The bacteria are producing the enzyme cellulase. Cellulase is an enzyme to digest the cellulose, And you know that the main dietary nutrient is cellulose and not the glycogen. And because of these bacteria living in this region in both cecum and vermiform appendix. Now remember that the right side that you saw is the rabbit I have shown and not that of the human being. It is not like this in the human being. This is the rabbit one, okay? And what it harbors? It harbors bacteria. It harbors bacteria. And what these bacteria produce? They produce an enzyme, cellulase. And this help in digestion of cellulose. And cellulose is a polymer of beta glucose. As a result of that, when cellulose is digested by cellulase, in short, in easy word, we can call it cellulase. However, one more name, it is beta glucosidase also. And here we get the monomer is beta glucose. Okay. In simple word, I can say what we get is glucose. What we get is glucose. Very good. So from cellulose, glucose is obtained by digestion with the help of the enzyme cellulase, which the animal does not produce by itself, but the bacteria, the symbiotic bacteria living in the gut, they are producing the cellulase. Am I clear here? Everyone understood? And can you please tell me from which dietary substance we obtain glucose by digestion, or what ends into glucose after digestion in the human gut? What ends into glucose after digestion in the human gut? Very good, Vikram. You understood the question. Yes. I'm asking which carbohydrate. Yes, you are right. Which carbohydrate? It is starch, okay? Starch or glycogen. So starch or glycogen in the human diet, it is digested in the human intestine, in the human gut into glucose. But in case of rabbit, glucose is obtained from cellulose. In case of cow, glucose is obtained from cellulose. In all the herbivores, glucose is obtained from cellulose. Is the point clear to you? Any issue here? Shall we proceed now? Is the point clear to you? Okay, done. Bachcho, digestion of food begins here. So digestion begins here, digestion begins here, and gastric juice is produced. The gastric juice is acidic in nature, so HCl plus enzymes are there, plus enzymes are there, okay? And what enters here after this, what enters here is called chyme, okay? So this is all chyme, acidic chyme, and in the form of chyme, it enters into the duodenum. And then chyme is acted upon by bile and pancreatic juice. Chyme is acted upon by bile and pancreatic juice. Bile has bile salts which help in emulsification of fats. Bile has bile salts which help in emulsification of fats. Okay. So, बच्चों, bile helps in emulsification. No problem. Even if you know about that in the class, better you take a rough paper and keep your hands active. Bile helps in emulsification of fats, and pancreatic enzymes digest carbohydrates and proteins. Pancreatic enzymes digest carbohydrates and proteins. Bacho, I think you have understood the digestive system of frog. Okay, understood the digestive system of frog, and with this we come to the end of digestive system of frog. Now, a quick recall of all these points in digestive system of frog. We started from here. I started with the tongue here. The tongue is bifid but the bifid is the base is bifid and it is attached to the floor of the buccal cavity by the tip and not by the base. Number one, the length of alimentary canal is shorter because it is a carnivorous animal, and this is, believe me, a very important line. Frog is carnivorous and tadpole is herbivorous. And can you please tell me what is a cockroach? Cockroach. What is cockroach? Tell me. What to write in cockroach, bachcho? Tell me. Very good. Cockroach is omnivorous. Very good. Omnivorous. Earthworm. Earthworm. Come on, tell me. Earthworm. Earthworm. Think of the answer in earthworm. Earthworm. Answer begins with D. D. D for Delhi. Answer begins with D. Yes. So, yeah. 2, 3. Yeah, good, good, good. It is detrivorous or detritivorous. Detritivorous. It helps in decomposition of the dead and decaying matter in the soil, and that dead and decaying matter in the soil is called detritus, and animals who feed on detritus are detritivorous. Cockroach is omnivorous, so is man. Man is also omnivorous. Frog adult is carnivorous, but tadpole is herbivorous. Okay, done. Now, teeth are absent in the lower jaw. Upper jaw has teeth, and there are extra teeth like vomerine teeth. The teeth help in killing and holding the prey. Just piercing the, teeth, sharp teeth, piercing the sharp teeth. So, where is that gone? Okay. Piercing the sharp teeth in the body of the prey. Bacho, diagram not very good, but I try to draw it, the diagram and different parts I have shown here, starting from the esophagus. Yes, there is pharynx also. Pharynx, the common passage for food and air, and here is the buccal cavity. Okay, so the buccal cavity opens in the pharynx, and then pharynx into esophagus, esophagus into stomach. This is how the stomach looks like, and the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, where the opening of the common bile duct is there. Okay, there is no anus as such here. There is only rectum. Rectum opens into cloaca. Okay, done. And this is the rabbit. Someone asked the diagram, the question about that, and emulsification of fats is with the help of bile salt. Pancreatic enzymes help in the digestion of carbohydrates and proteins. Well, bachcho, maximum digestion and absorption occurs in the small intestine. Maximum digestion and absorption occurs in the small intestine. So maximum digestion and also absorption. Maximum digestion and absorption occurs in the small intestine. Occurs in small intestine. Small intestine. Small intestine. Large intestine is only represented by the rectum. Bachcho, structural, 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 and here goes structural. Take out your textbook and see the diagram. Take out your textbook and see the diagram of the digestive system in case of frog. Not much is given here, bachcho. In fact, they have also not shown the common bile duct, but I have tried to show it so that now you remember it, but we cannot ignore the picture in the textbook. Here comes the frog. So this is the alimentary canal, bachcho, and you can see this esophagus then leading to the stomach and then the small intestine and the large intestine. So the large intestine opens in the, this is rectum only, opens in the cloaca. The small intestine, as you can see here, stomach and esophagus. A three-chambered heart can be seen here, and this is the liver. This is the brown color is the liver, and green color is the gallbladder. In this picture, we can see pink-colored, long pink-colored lungs are there, and the fat bodies just lying above the kidney. These are the kidneys, and then the ureters from the kidney. Ureters are coming and opening in the cloaca, and this is a bow-like urinary bladder, and this is the cloaca, and this is cloacal aperture to the outside. Okay, done? Well, that's about the digestive system as they have tried to show in the textbook. Bachon, let me now take you to the respiration. Okay, respiration in case of frog. Now, in frog, respiratory system can be divided into two types. One is the respiration in the adult frog, and one is the tadpole. Okay, tadpole, and one is frog. If frog is mentioned, it means adult only because adults are called frog. Tadpole is tadpole. Okay, so this is adult. There is no adult tadpole. Okay, there is no adult tadpole. Oh. Two together. So now the respiration. Meanwhile, can you please tell me the respiratory organ in tadpole, bachon? Respiratory organ in tadpole. Good. Gills, very good. कोई बात नहीं, पेपर को उसमें चेयर पे रखो. ठीक है, मार्क कर देता हूँ. Thank you. ठीक है. Yes, in tadpole, the respiratory organ are gills. Yes, because it is fish-like, totally aquatic. This is amphibious. Okay, so it has got aquatic respiratory organ. Aquatic respiratory organ. Can you please tell me the aquatic respiratory organ in frog? What shall you write here? Aquatic respiratory organ in frog. Vikram gave the answer, but before me asking that, yes, it is skin. Very good. So aquatic respiratory organ is skin. Beta, but ye tadpole is always in tadpole. Everything is aquatic. Here we are saying aquatic and terrestrial. Terrestrial. If a line comes, what is aquatic respiratory organ in frog? You have to answer skin. Okay, terrestrial. What is terrestrial respiratory organ in frog? Terrestrial. Suchitra, wrong answer. Terrestrial respiratory organ, all three. Terrestrial, three organs are for respiration. Okay, terrestrial, skin is there. Skin, then buccal cavity is also there. Buccal cavity and also the lungs. All three are there. Skin, buccal cavity, and lungs. In aquatic, only skin is there. The buccal cavity, when it takes the air in the buccal cavity like this, like so, not like this, but it take it from the nostril. The mucosa of the buccal cavity can absorb oxygen. In fact, the body is designed in such a way that even the skin can absorb oxygen. The skin can absorb water also, you know that. And the mucosa of the buccal cavity and also the pharynx, both buccal cavity and pharynx can absorb the oxygen. Okay, got it? Okay, done. So skin is there, which is always acting, and buccal cavity and lungs. Okay. So I hope you got the answer. All three modalities are there on land. On land, all three modalities. In water, only skin. In water, only skin. But so you got the answer here. These two type of questions. Terrestrial, all three are there. Okay. And tadpole, only gills are there. In respiratory organs, question can be given. Yes, a teacher can also give questions on the, on pretext of that he's asking from amphibians, not in from structural organization, but from animal kingdom also he can give question. So you have to be prepared. Now, when you do it through skin, it is called cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous respiration or cutaneous respiration, only cutaneous. Only cutaneous occurs in these two conditions. Number one, when in suspension, when this animal is in suspension phase, suspension period, and number two, in water, only cutaneous, only skin, only cutaneous are two times during suspension period and when this is in water. Suspension period, this animal can suspend its body activities to bare minimum to avoid or to survive in extremes of the climates, whether very hot summers and very cold winters. It can burrow itself in the ground, and this is called suspension. And the names are given for suspension. If it is done in the hot summer, it is called dash, yes. And when it is done in hot, peak winters, so when it is done in peak winters, okay, peak winters, what it is called. And when it is done in hot summers, too much of hot, than what this suspension known as. For your hint, I can tell you peak winters, something starts with H, and peak summers, something starts with A. Okay? And in water, this is, of course, skin only is working, is the only respiratory organ in water. So cutaneous only respiration occurs in these two conditions. And bachcho, this is an important question. Cutaneous only in these two conditions. If a question comes, the aquatic respiratory organ in frog, aquatic respiratory organ of frog is or are. Option number one, gills. Option number two, lungs. Option number three, both lungs. Sorry. Option number three, gills and skin. And option number four, lungs, gills, and skin. This is option number four. The aquatic respiratory organ in frog is or are. What is your answer, bachcho? What is your answer? You are saying three. Anyone who is not saying three? Anyone who is not saying three? At least one, please. Aquatic respiratory organ in frog is, yes, Samsung Galaxy said 2, Infinix also said 2. Okay, 2, very good. Good. You are making. अरे यार हमने खुद ही गलत कर दिया. Sorry. Gills, and skin both, and gills, skin, and lungs. Sorry, the question was not correct. Now tell me. Now the answer is 2. Very good. I beg your pardon. The question was not given correctly that time by me only. Yes, the correct answer is skin, because the frog is given and it is not a tadpole, so only skin. We will not think of gills and skin because it is not in frog, it is in tadpole. When frog is asked, then only answer pertaining to frog will be given. These two are totally different type of animals. Yes, it is embryonic stage of frog only, but that's the reason it is called a larva, because morphologically and physiologically it is quite distinct from the adult. Bachcho, I hope you understand this question, and that's about the respiration in frog. After respiration, now I'm taking to a very interesting part. And please now, everyone, tighten your seat belts. Everyone, all those 47, please tighten your seat belts. Another 10 minutes, we'll be learning a very important system in frog, and this is the circulatory system. Circulatory system in frog. The circulatory system in frog is which type? Open or closed? Answer is closed type. Closed type. Okay, very good. Now, we say generally closed type for the blood vascular system. But in terms of the circulating system, two fluids are circulating in the body. You know that, okay? One is the blood. We call it a blood vascular system. Blood vascular system. Blood vascular system. And one is called the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system. Lymphatic system. Are you guys with me? Okay. So two fluids are circulating. So fluid system, blood vascular and lymphatic system. But when they ask you this closed type or which one is closed type, blood, lymph, both or none of them? Which one is closed type? A weird question, silly question. Which one is closed? Blood, lymph, both or none? Which one is closed? Answer is only blood. Only blood vascular is closed type. I'll tell you why. Okay. Meanwhile, please come. Blood vascular system is closed type, bacha. It is closed type. It comprises of blood. Okay, blood which is red in color, blood, then then blood vessels. It comprises of blood vessels. What else? Number 3, heart. Number 3, heart. Okay, done. Lymphatic system comprises of lymphatic system. It comprises of lymph, and the color of lymph is no color. It is colorless. It is colorless. Lymph, number 1. Then lymph channels. Lymph channels, also called lymph vessels. Vessels. Number 3, lymph nodes. Lymph nodes. Lymph nodes. Okay. Anyone has heard about lymphatic heart? Anyone has ever heard about lymphatic heart? Please say to me first. No one? Thank God. Very good. Thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. Good. Thank God. So no need. And therefore lymph channels and lymph nodes, because the NCERT does not want us to know in more detail than that. But so I'll take one by one. I'll take the blood. Color of the blood is red. Okay, and blood vessels. Blood vessel comprise of all the 3 arteries, veins, and capillaries. Capillaries and heart. Heart is myogenic heart. It is myogenic heart. In all the vertebrates, they have a myogenic heart. Invertebrates have neurogenic heart. So cockroach heart is neurogenic and frog heart is myogenic. Frog heart is myogenic. Ante there is a nodal tissue in the frog heart. So all points are clear. We are doing the circulatory system, guys. It is closed type. Basic question. 2 type of fluids are circulating in the body. One is blood and one is a lymphatic circulation. I'll start with the blood vascular system first. Okay. So far you are with me. Next one. Don't worry. I will give the later on. I will give you the QR code, so you can even take the you can scan that. Blood. Blood comprise of 2 things. Number 1, plasma. Color of plasma and cells or formed elements. Cells. Okay. Cells are anyone? I'll tell you. RBCs, leukocytes or WBCs, thrombocytes or platelets. All 3, like in the human being, and plasma. Color of plasma is it is colorless. It is colorless or pale, but don't say it is colored. Okay. Next statement. Plasma is red color in earthworm. True or false? Plasma is red color in earthworm. True or false? Yes, Surya, you are right. Anyone else? Plasma is red colored in earthworm. True. Lisha beta, true, because hemoglobin is dissolved in plasma in earthworm. Earthworm, plasma. RBCs are not there in the earthworm. Next question. Plasma is colorless in cockroach. Plasma is colorless in cockroach. True or false? Plasma is colorless in cockroach. True, very good, true. And here it is colorless to pale plasma. All cells are there. RBCs, beta. RBCs are they are oval and biconvex, and they are nucleated. There is a nucleus here, and they are biconvex. And what you see here is this hemoglobin, which is there in the membrane of the RBC. The membrane has hemoglobin. So this is a shape, this is the representation of the RBC. They are nucleated, there is a nucleus and hemoglobin. Oval and biconvex. Oval and biconvex. You have seen a puri? Those who know bhatura, chola bhatura, you can imagine a bhatura, and meanwhile, those who know puri. So puri is round and swollen. Okay, so it is biconvex and round. Right. You just imagine an oval puri, oval, and oval puri. So that ovoid puri is puri-like. That is biconvex, oval with a nucleus, and obviously convexity is because of the the nucleus and other organelles inside. In mammals, it is only the mature mammalian which is biconcave, not the immature one. Mature mammalian is biconcave. Why? Because there is nothing in the center, so it dips and therefore it becomes biconcave. Mature mammalian, because it is nothing in the center, it is enucleated. But here is a nucleus, so it cannot be biconcave, it is biconvex. Oval in shape, nucleated RBCs. Please remember that WBCs are there and platelets are there. That's keep in mind. And plasma, that's all about this. Blood is done. Okay. Next, bachon, the heart. The heart is very, very important at all of you. This is the point which I wanted you to emphasize more here. Heart is three-chambered. Heart is three-chambered. Two atria and one ventricle. Two atria, one ventricle. It is three-chambered. Two atria, one ventricle. Heart has two additional chambers or two accessory chambers. Chambers. You know the names? Accessory chambers, bachon. Accessory chambers. Okay. Sound is, shall I make it slow or it is coming slow? Oppo. Okay. Not answering. Okay. So two accessory chambers. One is sinus venosus, and one is conus arteriosus. Conus arteriosus. These are accessory chambers, bacha. Sinus venosus is triangular. It is triangular, and conus is sac-like. It is sac-like. Conus is sac-like. You find sinus venosus dorsally on dorsal side of heart. Very, very important. I'll put 2 star marks here. And conus you find on the ventral side of the heart. Conus you find on the ventral side. So conus can be seen from the ventral view, and sinus can be seen on the dorsal view. Okay, understood? Little slow, little low, sir. Okay, shall I make it faster? Means more. I'll do it. ठीक है, बच्चों. Accessory chambers. So what happens here? I hope please note down these things. 3 chamber, 2 atria, 1 ventricle. and two accessory chambers, sinus venosus and conus arteriosus. Sinus is triangular and dorsally placed on the dorsal side of the heart, and conus is sac-like and can be seen on the ventral side of the heart. Now, what the sinus is doing, sinus venosus, very, very important. But so sinus is collecting the blood from all parts of the body by the vena cava, So these are the pre-caval and this is the post-caval, vena cava, okay? These are the two pre-caval, pre matlab in front of the heart and post-caval means behind the heart. This is sinus venosus. Sinus venosus. It opens into the right atrium. Okay. Sinus is opening into right atrium, and this is only an illustration. It is not on the right hand side of this. It is just an illustration. And bachon, this is the chamber. Okay, the chamber, right atrium, and what you see, this one is the the ventricle here, and here you see this one is the left atrium, and this one is left atrium, and a common ventricle here, here, okay. And what is opening here are the pulmonary veins. So pulmonary veins are opening directly into the left atrium. Into the right atrium directly, these vena cava are not opening, they are opening indirectly through the sinus. So sinus venosus is opening in the right atrium. The blood from the right side go into the ventricle and the left side also go into the ventricle, okay? Now, from the ventricle where this blood goes, from the ventricle, the blood it enters into this sac-like structure, which is known as the okay. So this structure is here goes, okay? So from the ventricle, the blood first go into this common chamber. This common chamber is known as conus arteriosus, okay, left atrium, and from the left atrium blood comes into the ventricle. From the right side also blood come into the ventricle. Now very important point is that on the right side deoxygenated blood is coming on the right side, deoxygenated blood is coming, and on the left hand side oxygenated blood is coming on the left hand side. So here comes the oxygenated blood, okay? This is oxygenated blood coming from the veins, the pulmonary veins, okay? And then it is mixed up in this part. And what is this part called? Common ventricle. In the ventricle, mixed blood can be seen. So in the ventricle, mixed blood is there. This is the mixed blood in the ventricles, and ventricles are pumping out only the mixed blood. So in all the arteries of the body, all the arteries, only the mixed blood is going. All the arteries, only the mixed blood is going. Okay? So ventricles are pumping the mixed blood. What I have shown here is a mixed blood. This is all the mixed blood. Mixing of blood is occurring in the ventricles. So deoxygenated blood is coming in the right atrium, deoxygenated blood, and oxygenated is coming in the left atrium, and this is coming from the skin and from the lungs, pulmocutaneous. So oxygenated is coming from the skin and from the lungs, bachon, right? So not to forget, this is left side, this is right side, and a common ventricle, and this one is coming from skin, and the lungs, skin and the lungs. Here oxygenation of the blood is happening, oxygenation of the blood, and this is also the deoxygenated. This is also the deoxygenated, and these vena cava, they carry the deoxygenated blood only. Vena cava also carry the deoxygenated blood. A very, very important point to note down here is that there is a node-like thing here. Anyone who identify what is this node-like? Anyone who can identify what is this? What is this node-like thing that you see here? What is this? Anyone? Very, very important. I'll be very impressed by knowing that. What is this node-like thing that you see on sinus venosus? Yes, you are right, Del. You are right. This is sinuatrial node. Sinus ka, atrial. Whose sinus? Atrial sinus. Sinuatrial node, also called the SA node. SA node, also called the pacemaker of the heart. Pacemaker of the heart. SA node, pacemaker of the heart. Sinuatrial node, which is lying on the sinus venosus. Sinus venosus. Now, beta, sinus venosus is merged with the wall of the right atrium. Malli. Sinus venosus is merged with the wall of the right atrium in mammals. Malli. In mammals, sinus venosus is merged with the wall of the right atrium. Okay. Therefore, this sinuatrial node, it also becomes part of the right ventricular wall, upper right side. It become part of the right ventricular wall in mammals, okay? Because this is merged with the wall of the right atrium in mammals, but it is separate in case of the amphibians, and I hope you understand this is the pacemaker of the heart. Well, what you notice here, and don't misunderstand that, yes, everywhere there are, valves are there. A heart cannot function without valves. So valves are there. And these are the two big trunks that you see, okay? And what is this? This is conus arteriosus. And these are the two trunks, and each trunk then further divided into three. And one of them is going to carotid to the brain. I'll write the simple words. One is going to the brain. One is going to skin and lungs, pulmocutaneous, and one is going to the body system, systemic. One is going to body system, systemic. So one is carotid, one is going to skin and lungs, pulmocutaneous, carotid, pulmocutaneous, and systemic. To all the remaining body systems on both the sides, it is going. Okay, bacha? Clear? So all body parts are receiving the mixed blood only. Beta, this is the mixed blood. So this is a mixed blood, and all the body organs are receiving the mixed blood only. And what type of blood goes to the skin? Answer is same mixed blood. Same mixed blood is going to the skin. To the skin and lungs also mixed blood is going, and there it is being oxygenated by the capillaries in the skin and the lungs, and hence it becomes oxygenated, and then it enters into the pulmonary vein. So here it becomes oxygenated, and then it comes into the pulmonary vein. You understand? So these are the capillaries of the skin and the lungs. So skin and the lungs also, mixed blood goes and oxygenated blood comes, okay? Skin here. Okay. I'll show a single one, so not to confuse. Another one coming from another side, okay? And this is the capillaries. And that you notice is the capillary network in the skin and also in the lungs, and where the oxygenation of the blood is happening. So oxygenation of the blood is happening. Bacho, please do not take tension about this. Oxygenation of the blood is happening here, okay? And carbon dioxide is coming out from here. It becomes oxygenated and going to the left side. From the left side, it comes into the common ventricle. On the right-hand side, blood coming all deoxygenated. All this is deoxygenated blood. All here is deoxygenated blood coming to the right-hand side. and then coming here, and mixing of blood is happening here, and to all parts of the body mixed blood is going, okay. And so it further divided into three, as if you see in some picture, it is divided into three, and one is going to the brain, one is going to skin and lungs, and one is going to the rest of the body systems, which is called systemic. And what you see here, this is the this is conus arteriosus, this complete one that you notice, this is conus arteriosus. It is sac-like, conus arteriosus, and from the ventricle, the blood first enter into conus, and then it enters into rest of the body systems. But I hope you understand this. I hope you understand this. Okay, don't take much tension. Whatever you understood, that is enough for you to understand in the blood vascular system. And yes, heart is myogenic. And as you can see clearly, the sinoatrial node is there. It is pakka myogenic. And well, that's about the blood vascular system. That's all about the blood vascular system. Can I take you to the excretory system now? Excretory system. If you only understood the blood vascular, then we can proceed to the excretory. Now, the next 2-3 minutes, I'll be only seeing your responses, so that if any doubt is it contracts 670 to 75 times. 57, okay, 57 to, yeah. So it is 70 per minute. The heartbeat rate of the frog is 70 per minute. 70 per minute. And the heartbeat rate of a small homeotherm is very high. If you say the homeotherm, I mean the animal which is either a bird or a mammal of this size, chinna size, its heart rate is more than around 500. If it is a mouse, mouse heart rate 500 per minute. Some species of mouse even tell exact. Different species have different beta. There is nothing exact. I remember 60 per minute, not 70, 60 per minute, sorry. I remembered 60 per minute. Rana tigrina, 60 per minute. Small size, high heart rate, large size, very good. Small size animal, they have got a higher heart rate, but then not every small sized animal, small sized homeotherm, either a bird or a mammal, because it has to regulate the body temperature. Therefore, the metabolic rate is very high in a small sized animal. If I compare in case of the baby and adult, in a young one, the heart rate is very high. It is around 110 to 120 in a young boy of 5 to 6 years of age. Young child of 5 to 6 years of age, it is around 120 to 130. In a newborn, it is even higher than that. In a newborn baby, close to 180. And in this size, it is around 120. And when the adult size, this is around 70 to 75 per minute. Now, in this regard, can you please tell me who has higher heart rate, man or women? Remember that whenever we take man and women, we are taking the average body size, average. Okay, you take 100 women, take an average body size, you take 100 men and take an average body size, okay? So who has got a higher heart rate? Very good answer, women. Very good, women, they have higher heart rate, perfect. Women have higher heart rate. A small bird, canary is a singing bird. Its heart rate is around 1000 beats per minute. It's a sort of a hummingbird, a species of hummingbird called canary. Its heart rate is reported to be 1000 beats per minute. That high heart rate, because in this small size, it has to regulate its body temperature. Okay. Some other day I'll be telling you about the relation of the body size and the metabolism. Right now we are in a mode of completing the frog, and then I'll see some children are dropping out, so I'll feel very, very bad. And that time so that's why I'm completing the syllabus faster. Okay. Yes, this will again come, and this will a part of organism and population. There I cannot leave this topic. I have to teach this topic in organism and population. Right, so organism and population in adaptation, it will come. And meanwhile, any other time also, I'll tell you. Right now, I'll take you to the journey of the frog body. Now, the frog excretory system, okay? So excretion in frog, excretory system. Bachcho, tell me, the excretory organ. Excretory organ in frog, very, very easy answer. Excretory organ in frog. हाँ, doubt, बोलो विक्रम, बोलो. Excretory organ in frog. Bufo has parotid gland, sir. Yes, Bufo has parotid gland. We will not be so critical, beta. We are taking the general thing, average thing. We are taking general, average. Sir, blood to rest body is mixed, excluding, no, including skin and lungs also. Skin and lungs also get mixed blood only. And that blood is being added with oxygen. So that blood becomes oxygenated, and therefore I have made two different color. One is for mixed and one is for oxygenated, including the skin and the lungs. Yes, Surya, your answer is correct. Geetika, your answer is also correct. And few more people have answered the correctly. It is the kidneys. Okay. So kidneys are there. Kidneys are bean shaped. Anyone who can tell the color of the kidney? Color of the kidney here? Anyone? Kidneys are bean shaped, somewhat like this, long one. Okay. And what is the color of the kidney? Dark red. Dark red. Okay. Color of the kidney, dark red. I take that. And over the kidney, you will find something. What is this you find over the kidney? Come on. This you find over the kidney. What is this over the kidney? Who will tell me? Yes, please. Tell me. What do you see over the kidney? Fat bodies. Very good. Fat bodies. Very, very good. And what you see this thing? What is this? What is this over the kidney? What is this? Come on. What do you see this one over the kidney? Okay. What is this one? Come on. This is adrenal. Very good. This is adrenal. So adrenal is not in the place where it is there in the mammals. Okay. In the mammals, it is lying at the top, but it is lying here on the long length of the body outside. Okay. You don't see this when you take a section. Obviously, you cannot see the adrenal. Meanwhile, we can just, I'll just label it. This is adrenal, and these are the fat bodies. Okay, so fat bodies, and this is the kidney. In case of frog, it's a mesonephric kidney, so not that advanced, but yes, in kidney also the uriniferous tubules or the nephrons are the functional unit. Nephrons or uriniferous tubules. Nephrons or uriniferous tubules. Very good. Very good. Nephrons or uriniferous tubules are the functional and structural units. Understood? Okay. Do frog also have feeling like humans? Sir, do frog also have feelings like human? It has got a nervous system, and whenever there is a nervous system, feelings are there. But then, like humans, what type of feeling? Like self-consciousness. Self-consciousness is, I don't think so. Self-consciousness, animals have, it has. Otherwise, why it will run away from the predator? If he is not bothered about, then who is killed? Okay, it can run away from the predator also. Okay. So yes, frog has feelings, but not like the emotional, because they don't have a advanced limbic system. They have got some part of the limbic system, like the olfactory lobes are working there, and even hypothalamus is not that developed there. So it is therefore fear. Yes, why not fear? They do have fear. Otherwise, why they will run away from the predator if they are not in fright? See, fear, fight and fright, all is well developed there. Autonomic nervous system is well developed there. So they do have fight or fright or rest and digest type of responses, autonomic responses. Bacho, coming here, if I ask you, and all have to answer today, Priyanka is not there, Priyanka, all have to answer. The question is, what is the membrane covering the heart? Which membrane is covering the heart? Come on. Membrane covering the heart is pericardium. Pericardium, good. Pericardium covers the heart. Very, very good. Okay. In Priyanka is there in every class so far. I think today she is not there. No props. Okay. So, bacho, now this kidney and the testis, they have got a link. The kidney and testis, they have got a link. And that link is not only the physical link, but also the functional contact, the functional link between the testes and the kidneys. Okay. I'll show you that. I'll show you that. Okay. So, I need, this is one picture which is clear. I'll take you to the next picture to explain you that part only. So the kidneys, I'll now show the kidneys in section. I'm now showing kidneys in section, and I'll be now showing only the testes there, so that and not the fat bodies. Okay, and here is the testes. See, externally you will find that there is a membrane, the peritoneum, a common sac-like, which is covering the testes as well as the kidneys. A common sac-like membrane covering the testes as well as the kidneys. And you know, this membrane is known as, any idea? This membrane is a mesodermal membrane. It's a peritoneum only, visceral peritoneum. This is testes. This is testis, one testis, and this is one kidney. And this membrane, who will tell me? Very, very good. This is known as mesorchium. Yes, mes plus orchium, mesorchium, mesorchium. This is called mesorchium. One is for mesoderm, and one is for orchid. Orchid. And beta, what is orchid means? Orchid means testis. Orchid means testis. Orchid means testis. So mesoderm plus orchid. Mesoderm plus orchid. Mesorchium. Then also there is one more thing. A very interesting membrane can be seen inside. And this is something unique of frog only. The connection between this and the vasa efferentia. The vasa efferentia, 10 to 12 in number, connected to this on the medial side of the kidney, medial side. This tube is there. This is a Bidder's canal, a specialty of frog only, Bidder's canal. And another tube I'll show you inside. And you know, this tube is known as the uriniferous, this is collecting duct. This is called collecting duct. The common duct where nephrons are opening, and let me tell you, they are also interconnected. You'll find them to be interconnected. They are interconnected, bacho. See, they are interconnected. So partly it is the green one and partly the blue one to show they are interconnected. So I'll show you this one, partly made up of green something special in case of frog, and therefore it is asked, and the other one is there in all the animals, in all the vertebrates. I'll now start labeling these structures. These are called vasa efferentia, vasa efferentia. Vasa for vessel, efferent means because they are coming out. Efferent means exit, out of the testes, vasa efferentia. Okay, how many are they? They are 10 to 12 in number. 10 to 12 in number, and this is special tube. This is known as Bidder's canal. This is called Bidder's canal. And what this blue one I told you? This is the collecting duct. Very good. This is collecting duct. And well, you find here that there is a and you know what this is carrying? This is carrying the urine plus urine regularly, urine and plus semen also, or I'll write sperms also, in sperms also, and urine. Normally urine, but sperms in the breeding season, and this is carried. So this tube is known as urinogenital, urinogenital, urinogenital duct. This is called urinogenital duct. This is known as urinogenital duct. So remember, kidneys are in close proximity with the testes on the outer side, and from the kidneys internally there is a relation, there is a connection also from the kidneys, 10 to 12 tubes, vasa efferentia arising, and these vasa efferentia are then terminating into a Bidder's canal in the kidney of the frog. This Bidder's canal is carrying the sperms. The Bidder's canals carry the sperms, and this collecting duct carries the urine usually, okay, like usual. And then both of them can, and there are interconnections also throughout the length, there are interconnections also, and then they come into this, and then ultimately they enter into this duct like, which is called urinogenital duct. And anyone who tell me where is this opens up, come on, where is this opens up? Option number 1, rectum. Option number 2, urinary bladder. Option number 3, cloaca. 3 options. 1, rectum. Option number 2, urinary bladder. And option number 3, cloaca. And the answer is cloaca. Very good. So it opens into cloaca. Good. So this opens into cloaca, bacha. And just last point I will tell you here. And there is a okay, this is urinary bladder. This is urinary bladder. And my question to you, all of you, is this urinary bladder is dorsal to rectum or ventral to rectum? If you answer this, you can drop off. Class is over, bacho. This is ventral to rectum or dorsal to rectum? Very good answer. It is ventral to rectum. This is ventral. Very good. This is ventral to rectum. And yes, it means you have really prepared this chapter also. Read it, beta. There is no harm. We are going to enter into a course which is, to make us doctors, and we cannot have, hesitation in learning anything, because this is nothing. These are just 2-3 pages. In medical sciences, many books are there, and almost 80 to 90% of the books we have to really learn and memorize. So we should not feel anything problem. And as the teacher is taking you, the points which the teacher is highlighting, those points, when you also read, you can also revise them. Well, that's all about my class. And this is a QR code, tips for getting good marks for online student. I will be there for the online student as throughout the complete session. And my job is this only. My job is to motivate you people only, because if you are really motivated, my work become easy. You can really work wonders. There are some advantages at the home which you are all are having, and if you utilize those advantages plus the classes, okay, so the advantage of online plus being at home, everything you can get, and you can really do wonders. How do we memorize that many books in medical? See, when conviction is there, when we think that the brain will not learn these, brain will have problem in learning this, then we have problem. But if we think that we have to do that, like there is no, and the brain is doing that, when we find people around us sitting along with us in our own bench, 3 people are there, 2 girls, 1 boy, and then you will find they all are revising, they all are saying, you also learn. It's quite humane there to learn all these things, because you are not the only one who is doing that. Okay, many people are there in your class. In fact, majority of the class is doing that. Okay. Your seniors will be there to guide you. Your seniors will be there to guide you. So they are the one who have really passed on that portion. So they will be guiding you. Teachers will guide you. Medical teachers are little different. They are not that strict. With few exceptions, they are more friendly than being so strict. So little different environment you will get in the medical college. And I bless you, all of you. Please, God bless you, bachon. And we'll meet day after tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Take care. Love you all.